All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to part 2, I guess you could say, of the EZA Turles showcase. Now under 200% lead with Raditz. Again, apologies if you can hear the aircon. Hopefully you won't be able to after editing. And once again, I'm streaming later. Probably going to be quite a long one, so come chill with me while I stream the new EZA All-Star stage. And we just try and get through that as much as possible. But we're on Raditz 200% lead again. Once again, if you do have... Ginyu, you're going to have a much better time with Turles on that 200% lead, but unfortunately I do not. The discounts weren't as kind to me then as Raditz was, unfortunately. And another major downside is no LR Turles squad, or Team Turles, whatever you want to call it. That LR can't come on here because, of course, it isn't just a Turles unit, it's his whole team, so they don't fit the pure Saiyan Space Traveling Warriors lead. In terms of your rotations, I mean, once again, we've got this Turles with us, so we can actually get some rotations active. We can actually get every single link active right now. So, of course, that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go for it. We do even have Big Bad Bosses active, which is great. Of course, still a unit I do want to get to level 10 link, so Big Bad Boss is immediately active. With every single link active, again, Turles has a plethora of attack links. Like, literally every single link in his link set. While it's not the best set, the links themselves are great. Destroyer of the Universe, Same Warrior Race, First for Conquest, Brutal Beatdown, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle. He's getting a lot of attack from his link set. We're on a 562k attack stat, 256k defense. That is with no support on a 200% lead. Yes, it's not the best one, but those stats turn 1 are ridiculous. That is just attack and defense plus 160 right now, along with the fact he's on a 200% lead. Those starting stats, on top of the fact he is a support unit, he is primarily used to support other units. Having that attack and defense himself while supporting everyone else, again, we're facing an extreme class enemy, which means all allies get key plus 3, attack plus 40%, and all allies also get defense plus 40% as well. Having that while giving that support against, for all of your allies, again, majority of the enemies in the game are superclass enemies, so getting that support off is going to be very easy. Is ridiculous. We're up to an 843k attack stat after some orbs. This Turles is honestly insane. I just wish I had a better place to run him 200% lead wise. I really do wish I had a better place to run him. I really do. What numbers is he putting out now? 6.1 million. All links active. No support. That's crazy. That's crazy. I said it even on in the 170 lead. Defensively, he's solid after he supers. After he raises his attack and defense by 30% for the rest of the turn, he's solid. Now on a 200% lead, he is very good defensively. Again, for a unit that is going to be a floater, so you can take advantage of him supporting everyone, etc. That is very, very good. The offense, the 6 million attack stat is great. If you think about it, that's pretty much a little bit more than, again, give or take the scenario, depending on if you're facing a Goku enemy and etc. and who he's linked up with. That is give or take more than the recently released from the part 2 of the year 7 anniversary LR Great 8 Vegeta. And that is a unit that literally got released, what, like a week and a half ago at this point? Who's a brand new LR still. I mean, technically, yeah, he's still a brand new LR. And Turles on a 200% lead is able to put out a 6.1 million attack stat while supporting everyone else. This Turles is generally ridiculous. So now we have the support active. We still actually have every single link active. Same War Race is very easy to get off. So with the support, we're on a 637k attack stat, almost 300k defense at the start of turn. And again, this is all prior to him even being transformed. So again, once again, if you do want to run Turles on rotation, by all means, go for it. Because Turles can handle himself on rotation now. Now that he has defense, and he has quite a bit of it, as you're seeing, he can now be run on main rotation as a slot 2 unit, permanently supporting whoever's next to him in slot 1, and he's almost on a 7 million attack stat. Maybe if I finally got that last dupe, that 6.9 million attack stat would have broke into 7 mil. 7 million attack stat while having probably like what? I'm not gonna give like the exacts because I don't know them, but as an estimation, raises attack and defense by 30%. He's on literally just shy of 300k defense at the start of the turn. You're probably looking at close to like just over 500 to 600k defense after he supers on that rotation, which is very, very good. And again, I have to reiterate, on top of the fact that this guy is supporting everyone else with key plus 3, attack plus 40%, and if you're facing a superclass enemy, which again is very easy to do because primarily all the enemies in the game are made up of superclass enemies, they'll also be getting defense plus 40%. While having that as your support, while putting out some very good offensive numbers, not doing chip damage or not, putting out some very good numbers considering where you're going to be using him. Again, ideal slot 3 unit, gets the super before he gets hit, defensively solid for the remainder of the turn. He's going to be great for Super Battle Road because there's a medium chance to stun before he transforms, high chance to stun after he transforms. Going to be putting out some good damage to take down enemies, or if in a longer event, of course, because he can stack once he transforms and then keep the stack after he transforms, and then you can constantly go back into his boost every time you meet the conditions of having HP at 80% or below, which is great, which means Turles is constantly getting stronger and a bit more bulkier throughout the entirety of the event on and off, which, I mean, he's already starting off at a very good point anyway, that eventually when he gets there, when he actually gets to transform, he's going to be putting out some impressive numbers, and the fact you can keep that and just constantly again go in and out of the boost as long as you like hit the conditions makes him very, very viable for longer events as well. But he's an ideal slot 3 unit, and having him put out over 6 million attack stats on a 200% lead, having the defense where it is after he supers, and again, especially if he gets an additional if you do have dupes, defensively he's going to be amazing for the remainder of the turn while supporting everyone else. Yeah, his EZA is up there as one of the best. Easily top 5. Easily top 5. Easily top 5 EZA in the game. Do I go as far as say top 3? Actually, I probably can't say top 3, just because if I say top 3, you've got the likes of transforming EZA SSBE. There's also EZA LR Goku Black and Damasu, or Rose and Damasu. So, I mean, I'd probably have to say top 5. I mean, he's actually 100% easily top 10. He's easily top 10 EZA in the game. Potentially top 5. I'm not remembering all of them off the top of my head right now, but he's 100% top 10 EZA in the game. 100%. Not sure about top 5 though. I mean, to be fair, he may creep in there. It's just I'm probably forgetting about some EZAs, so I don't actually want to say that. But regardless, EZA Turles is one of the best EZAs in the game. I think that we can all agree on. He is one of the best EZAs in the entire game, hands down. But he's 100% top 10, and I think maybe top 5 as well. I think top 5. If you don't include LRs, definitely top 5, but he is up there. He's honestly ridiculously good, and we still need to wait for him to transform, which again, it's only a 30% chance, but the fact you can constantly boost in, and then after 3 turns come out of it, and then boost back into it, I kind of don't mind that. I kind of don't mind that. So I'm going to come back eventually when he is transformed, and then we'll wrap up the video. I have waited about 20-25 minutes for Turles' boost to come off, and it is finally here. So if you haven't liked the video already, make sure you like it now, because I've waited so long for this. So now that he's finally decided to boost, of course, once again, the thing that's so great about this boost is the fact that as long as you reach the HP conditions of 80% HP or less, you can use this. If Dokkan decides it will let you with that 30% chance to boost, but you can constantly go back in and out of this boost transformation in a longer event typically. But that's the downside to it. Even though it has been increased, it's only a 30% chance, so sometimes it may not come off hardly at all or ever, just like I've just been through, or maybe it will come off more often than not. But still, so now we can actually stack our attack and defense, you know, for the 3 turns he's going to be in this boost for. We've recovered 20% HP, we've got attack and defense plus 200%. Of course, we've lost the full support. Allies only get key plus 3 right now, but we do get an additional defense plus 100% when there is a superclass enemy, which again we are facing in the majority of the game's enemies are. Also, superclass enemies get defense minus 80% and our attacks become effective against all types when HP is 80% or more, which again in harder content, not very likely to do, but that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't really matter if that's coming off like majority of the time. But on a 513k attack stat, 342k defense, we can actually get same warrior race active if we do this. So I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna pop an usher, so that Turles doesn't get us killed. But how is he sitting once he's transformed and got the attack and defense plus 200%? Literally almost 800k attack stat and 342k defense. Again, he's gonna stack while he's in this, so whatever he does here will carry over when he de-transforms, when his boost runs out after 3 turns. 5.5 mil attack stat is pretty good. It's pretty good. An additional? You got an additional, but no super. Of course, if you have any dupes in Turles, while he's in this, you probably want him to get an additional super as much as possible. You know. So, I mean, as I said before, I love the versatility. I really do. I love the versatility of this Turles. Good offense, especially for what he's being used for. Again, he's a support that will mostly probably be in slot 3 for you. Again, he is easily viable to now go in slot 2 and be run on main rotation, constantly giving that support to whoever he's sitting next to and whoever the floater is in slot 3. He can do some decent damage again for what he's good for. He's got decent defense, especially after he supers, and even more so once you've gone in the boost, stacked up for the 3 turns and come back out of it, and then again you're raising your attack and defense on 30% on super for the remainder of the turn, and any additionals that come along the way to raise his attack and defense again for the turn is also very, very, very nice. So he's even more defensively solid after he comes out the boost, which is kind of more important considering how valuable defense is nowadays in Dokkan. But he just seems like a complete unit. Decent offense, good defense, especially once he supers. You know, you've got the mini stack once he boosts. You can come in and out of it, which is going to be more apparent in a longer event. It's only a 30% chance, so sometimes it may not come off. It may come off once or not at all, or maybe you might get it off a few times if Dokkan's feeling generous. In terms of links, it's not a great set, but you know, in terms of the links themselves, they are pretty good because they're all attack links. And then not only that, we're going to usher again so the other Turles doesn't get us killed. Not only that, the support. He's been one of the best support units in the game for a while, and now he's got all the attack and defense while being a support unit. We're up to almost a 600k attack stat as well. He's very, very good. Dokkan done a very good job. 886k and 336k defense, crazy. But Dokkan done a really good job of Turles' EZA. Again, the 200% leads, obviously Raditz one isn't the best because again, you have to use Raditz there and it's just not the best anyway. 5.3 is still pretty good as well. And then, you know, you have Ginyus, who's very good. Unfortunately, I don't have him. We do have the friend right now. As I did actually die once before I come back here after the transformation. But they've just done such a good job with this EZA. Such a good job. Such a good job. I said the only thing that lets him down primarily is the link set as a whole. And then the fact he's not on that many. I say that many. He's not on the best 200% category leads. He's on one good one and one bad one. But he's on some good categories nonetheless. Movie Bosses, Pure Sailors, Terrifying Conquerors, Space Traveling Warriors, Planetary Destruction. Those are all very good categories. Final Trump Card's good as well, but I don't really see running Turles on it. I mean, you could. If you just put him in the floater spot, you could actually probably run them on that team. I said for key, he's going to be fine because he's going to be floating anyway. And as long as orb placement isn't terrible, you should be able to super with him majority of the time anyway. So yeah, that's the kind of the only downside, I guess, is the 30% chance to actually boost. So, you know, as I said, that's only a 30% chance. So if Dokkan isn't feeling generous, you may not hardly see it in an event you're in, or you may not even see it at all. Sometimes you may see it more often than not. But this is the final rotation I'm going to do. He's stacked up a little bit. We have all the links active, so I am going to pop a Yama and an Icarus to make sure that Turles doesn't die in slot 1. We have the support, we have all links active. He's stacked up a little bit. We're almost on a 900k attack stat. We're on 400k defense with the support. That's what's so nice about the fact you can stack a little bit, carry over, and you also have the chance to transform or boost again at some point. Which hopefully when I take him into like Goku and Vegeta event, he's going to do more often than not, so we can really get him going. But 1.3 million attack stat, 400k defense. He's going to raise attack and defense on super as well, so that's only going to go up. What an EZA, man. What an EZA. What an EZA. I think the only thing that lets him down slightly is his linking partner. We're over a 7 mil attack stat. That's ridiculous. His potentially his linking partner, of course, he does look really well with the LR Turles squad unit. And also has that permanent support. If you were going to run him on rotation, or maybe you have the LR Turles like team unit floating, and then he'll get that every other turn. But you just don't really have an ideal linking partner to get the majority of those attack links off, which is a little bit of a shame. But as I said, majority of the time he's going to be a slot 3 unit, he's going to be supporting, and he's going to be doing that and then some with how good he is now with his offense and defense. But what an EZA. He's very good on 200% category lead. I just wish I had Ginyu to run him on. Hopefully in future he does get a little bit more, or maybe we get a new Turles unit in future that can actually link with each other, but I don't know how they would do that considering you know, it's base or he's like already in like the Tree of Might boosted kind of form, I guess. But I don't know if they would ever do that. But for now, your best bet if you're going to run him on main rotation is have him in slot 2. If you have the LR Turles unit or the LR Turles unit, team unit, whatever it's called, I can't remember, or LR Turles and Turles squad, have him floating, he'll get the boost every other turn and get the majority of his links active. But what's an EZA? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll see you next video, guys, and push.